I want to play this.
Boys are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president, who loves to coddle white supremacists, has decided that they should be given checks. The reasons that I pointed to those particular organizations is because you can go and read, I don't know how many articles, as Dr. Swain wants people to read up. I'm going to be clear. I've read my fair share of books. I do have my fair share of degrees. It is clear that neo-Nazis as well as Proud Boys joined in on January 6th. Yet this slush fund that they keep talking about,
not just January 6th, but also were employed by ICE, the ICE agency, right? Homeland Security, supposedly, they were hired under Trump's administration.
is specifically to give them money. So how dare this majority sit here and try to lecture this organization about money? Now, we're not talking about tax-paying dollars as we are in that slush fund. But you're telling me that $2 billion in the same country that I'm sure some of y'all would struggle with whether or not the enslavement of black people was good or bad. I'm not even gonna go there and ask y'all the question because y'all struggle with defining that these people were white supremacists.
Right.
But this country still hasn't thought that reparations made sense for black folk in this country. But at the same time, they've decided that people that are in organizations that are absolutely white supremacy organizations should get our tax dollars because they decided to tear apart or attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. These are people that went through our criminal justice system. When people on that side of the aisle claim that they love law and order, they went through it. They either entered pleas of guilty or they were found guilty. And this president, on day one, his priority was not around racism. It was around doing things like letting them go and now putting money in their pockets. We haven't had one hearing on white supremacy. Yet when we look at things like the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the 9 worshipers who were murdered at the Mother Emanuel AME Church, the 23 people murdered in 2019 during the shooting at Walmart in El Paso, the 10 people murdered during the 2022 shooting at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York. All of these were murdered by white supremacists who are empowered by the Republican Party's racist rhetoric and policies. This is the same party that wants to drag us back to the Jim Crow era. Some say that there aren't poll taxes.
And I would also venture to say that the shooting at the mosque in San Diego this week also was a white supremacist movement. I believe that as well. And because Trump has he's used the different agencies like the FBI, CIA, the DOJ. There's no accountability right now for what the white supremacist movement in America is doing all over America to make lives of people from different religions and ethnic backgrounds horrifyingly insecure for them. They're doing everything they can to harm America. And Trump's administration does nothing, absolutely nothing. And I would say that because Trump said that there would be no money given out until the end of his term. And if he is giving money to white supremacists, like Jasmine says, and I believe that as well myself, she's just the only one bold enough to say it out loud in Congress, right? In the House. He said he's going to wait to give them or distribute the money, which means he's basically got them on hold so that if he gets pulled out of office in 2 years, that they're going to fight for him again and they're going to get paid to do it. And the problem is that they've disrupted the government so much, and he has got rid of anybody that has an honest bone in their body in the agencies, and if there are still people with an honest bone in their body in these agencies, they would be they will be targeted. I'm going to be honest with you. In his the way that he has everything, the corruption he has going, if they whistleblow, I think there would be a problem. So there's going to have to be a new creation of agency that is going to be basically a temple for the people that want to whistleblow on all the corruption that has been taking place for the last 2 years, and then the last 2 more years if Trump still holds office in 2 more years. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. And then you have the nerve to vote this woman out. This woman is giving, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene folded like a fucking a deck of cards under Trump's threats and quit. She's not fighting for the American people. She stopped fighting for the American people. They redistrict in her district, and they're pulling Jasmine out of her district because they don't like a fighter like her. They don't want a fighter like her. But here you have Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's out now that she's not in the House anymore, representing her state and her district. She's elsewhere talking about the corruption that Trump did. But Marjorie, you allowed it to happen when you were holding office. You could have stopped a lot of this shit way before it kicked off. Just like a lot of the representatives now, the Republican representatives, you could stop a lot of things right now, and you choose not to. So she's the only one really speaking out, and I feel like Trump holding this almost $2 billion over his head, over these white supremacist heads, so that he feels that he's going to get them to fight for him again. Let's just hope that this gets voted out, and let's just hope that the DOJ that Trump has used his own lawyer, his own personal lawyer, to be at the head of, that they can actually pull this little secret agreement that they made with the IRS out from under this DOJ and null and void it.
And I guess it's because they're not listing the amount of money. But when you tell somebody that they've got to go and pay for something, say, like a passport that costs over $100 in order to be able to vote, that looks like a poll tax to me. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have decided that people should not hear about because you don't want real history taught in our schools. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh, let me be clear. Proud Boys are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president, who loves to coddle white supremacists, has decided that they should be given checks.
So, this is so much corruption. It is sickening corruption. Let me see what the new passport looks like, because I was told that the passport has Trump's face on it instead of the eagle. Let's see what the new passport looks like. You see this shit? You see this shit? If it wasn't so serious, it would be fucking laughable. The disgusting nature of what these Republicans have allowed to happen to the United States right now. Like, it's disgusting. Can you imagine all the people that they want to have to get a passport and pay the $165 for a new passport? I think it's $165 if I'm not mistaken, for a brand new passport, because I think my renewal was like $120. And this is what you got to fucking look at on your passport? Disgusting.